Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, welcome back. And for the newcomers, hey.
Welcome. This is Tipsy Talk, where sometimes we get tipsy, but all the time we talk.
That's right.
And this is a special edition because we usually don't go live on Mondays, but we decided to come to you because tonight is a Tipsy Talks topic, honey.
Yes, we gonna get into some things.
So let's talk about what we drinking now. I done went outside. Thought I was making me a little quick trip. Didn't put no clothes on for real. So tonight I'm sipping on some orange juice.
Or did you put a little champagne in there?
Girl, now this is just grade A OJ.
Well, there we are. Orange juice is on the menu.
What you drinking, twin?
Well, I just went on ahead and got a little H2O since we doing a remix today. We replenishing our bodies. So
Yes,
that's what I went on ahead and did. But for y'all, go ahead and do whatever drink y'all feeling or whatever other thing y'all feeling. And
yes,
don't forget to let us know any wines or drinks that y'all suggest. Please comment below. Let us know so we can try them on the show.
and no beer.
And no beer. She don't play that.
I can't be drinking no beer.
Girl, them owls be doing it for me. I like 'em.
The what?
The little beer owls, like little what you call them, little Chris
Oh,
Apple, and
the L's. Girl, I said that.
yeah, I like
Girl,
them.
girl, when you said
What's the
that,
other?
the little tissy
What?
roll pop owl popped in my head like the owl.
Oh, did you know? You know I can't talk. Ah, I'm trying to think of
God,
what's the other thing called though. It's that beer and what?
they got
It's like
L's.
sweet. It's sweet.
That's a shame. I can't remember.
I don't know, but it's another sweet little type of drink, but it's still beer at the end of the day.
I know what an L is, but
Yeah.
I done tried them being a bartender, and I just was like, I pass.
Too strong. Some of them is a little too much.
It just make you gassy, like you be burping, and
Damn. You think you one of the boys where you
I
get to
don't
drinking that shit.
right, right. Like when does
Yeah.
the game start?
Right. Exactly. You down at the stadium.
Okay,
Damn.
so let's get right onto it because you had said something to me the other day and it really had hit me because I've been missing in action from social media for quite a while and I'm just now resurfacing a little bit and we were just talking about how things haven't changed. And so since I did my big toe in there and it was a little warm today, I start scrolling, and I came
Mhm.
across this post. So, which it really surprised me was made by a guy, and it said, "No retaliation is the best retaliation."
Ooh, we deep.
I said, "Okay," because
Mm.
that really is facts, though. Like, if you really want to make somebody mad, why would you go out of your way to spend energy and pissing them off? Like that just proves that you care. The best way to get under somebody's skin is to act like they do not exist.
Period. Delete them. Start over.
Cause I'm good for that.
Yeah. We're not new to it.
When I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah, and that goes for different ships. It's not just be relationships, friendships. It could be business. It could even be you releasing yourself from yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that could kind of resonate with, but people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about how silence is really golden. We heard about that for years, and it really is true. Like you really can kill people with kindness and kill people with silence.
Like
Like you
that
said,
is the worst thing because I will admit like being ignored. Oh, I don't want that to happen to me. Do not ignore me.
See, that's your thing, huh? You
Yeah,
ready to?
like, excuse me, I said something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just something about being ignored that would cancel everything. You don't gotta, ladies, you don't have to key his car. You don't have
Period.
to mess up his clothes.
Nothing, because you got your answer. But no answer is an answer. No response is a
Period.
response. And people need to start realizing that. Like, and don't push somebody to a response. If
Right,
it's if
because
it's
that's
if it's
definitely gonna be the
silent,
response you don't want.
right, right. See, I'm a person, I'm quick to kind of go ghost, and I do that a lot, especially when I'm doing rebuilding within. And some people take that as a sign of disrespect or a sign of you don't care about me. But really it's more so it's about me. You know what I'm saying? It's not even nothing personal, but that's a whole nother thing. People take so many things personal.
I
So
was just
instead of
gonna
hurting
say, let's
them,
get into that then, because
yeah,
we talked about that too, because it's like, well, what type of person are you that you don't understand that sometimes we need time to ourselves?
right. How can I can't be your everything and I'm trying to rebuild, and even if I was all the way where I'm at, I have to be my own everything.
Right.
It's just like people become so codependent on you when you make yourself available for them. That's what it boils down to. You being
And
so
when they
open
don't
and
have nothing
available.
going for themselves.
Right. That too, because when you busy, you kind of when you busy, you kind of forget who you haven't talked to.
Yeah,
Like you
and
kind of
that's what I was.
forget.
Remember, I had just told you. I like people really sit around and be like, I like you would get up every day. Like, oh, I made a list of let me not call this person, let me not text this person. Like, no, I'm going throughout my day, and I ain't thought about you because I have things to do. I have things going on. Like, why take that personal?
Exactly. It's like you going throughout your day doing making the best of your day. So with that, I don't have time to look up and see, oh, who didn't call. Now I might do that at at later that week or something, but I don't have time to stop what I'm doing, check on you, and it's never an emergency.
Right.
It's never a fucking emergency. It's always something that you could easily text or you could easily wait until it's time for us to link up, whatever.
And I'm not your man. Why do you feel like I have to be at your beck and call?
Yeah. Yeah. And even in a partner situation, you have to still, even in a relationship, you have to still continue to have self identity. Like you gotta still date yourself. You gotta still keep building on yourself so that you can be more for someone. Like you over there sucking the energy out of somebody is just not healthy for you. All it's doing is showing us that something's ill with you. Like you got work to do.
I've definitely had to learn that lesson, but it was the other way around. Whereas I was giving all my energy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Mhm.
giving you all my energy, and then I have none left for myself.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
you
I get
looking at
that.
it as sometimes you look at it as you're such a good person, so it'll come back to you tenfold. You here to help. But
Hmm.
then you start to realize like years have went by or time have went by and I still don't have that the shit that I need. So like he
Right.
said, you have to take that time, distance yourself, stay silent, and become like I have read this quote and it said it become invisible to be invincible. And that's just real shit. Like
Man.
you gotta turn your back. And people that love you, they respect it. They love you through it.
And for
And
people who haven't done that, you got to know it's a strength in that. When you
yep.
just take time for yourself and you feed your own soul, You feed your own mental, you feed your own spirit, and you find out who you really are. See, a lot of people don't want to be alone with themselves because they don't like who they are. But when
Fact.
you figure out that you don't like who you are, that's when you take time to try to figure out, well, how can I change this? How can I change that? Because there's nothing wrong with reevaluating what you've been doing with your life.
Right.
Like, it's
Because
like
when you
people
do
find
that,
something wrong with that.
right, because when you start doing the root work, you realize, damn, I didn't even know me. Who I
Yeah.
thought I knew, that's not even me anymore. Or I got to get to even learn me. And you look up, that can take years. You might not tap back into other people outside of yourself for years, months, weeks. So to have people that selfishly around you that continue to make noise while you in a silence, that's when you have to, like he said, stay distance, but you don't have to put that feedback to them and let them, you doing you this is where it's wrong. And like I said, that's in any shit. It could be in a business, in business, in your at your job. You have to take time out if when you're feeling like, okay, my cup is running over. I'm overflowing. It's time to go ahead and be silent for a while.
And you know what I just thought about?
Well,
So for our no chasers, you guys will see our special editions of certain shows we
yeah,
got going on. Make sure that you hit us up on Patreon. But remember when we were
yeah,
doing our show the other day and the lady was talking about priming the pump, and I was like, I don't like that.
yeah.
But when we was sitting here just talking, that popped in my head because that analogy really could be used for multiple things. So not
Mhm.
necessarily the prime the pump part, but you have to take time to refill that lotion bottle. Like how
Yeah,
not necessarily in lotion bottle because we throw them away, we get a new one. But say the soap dispenser in your bathroom,
right,
you have to refill it. To get something
right.
out of it, you have to refill it. So how do you think that you can just go along with your life, not not evaluate yourself, not um check your progress, and think that you're going to continually be able to dispense something?
Exactly. You can only, like you said, you can only give out what you got in. If your
Mhm.
in is empty, you can't pump. It's air. You're pumping nothing. So
And then
you
people
have
look
to,
around and wonder why everybody's so angry and have such bad
yeah,
attitudes. Well, they're empty on the inside. They don't have no
exactly.
motive.
Exactly. Exactly. And they blame everybody instead of understanding that you got work to do. You're thinking you giving people blessings by being there for everybody. You're doing them a disservice because you are empty. You don't have
Mhm.
anything to give to anybody but maybe some, monetary things, but you can't give what you don't have.
And then on top of that, you really make yourself form resentments towards a lot of people, like, because I've always prided myself on being there for people, and I try to do for people what I feel like I don't get, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you have to realize everybody's not you. Everybody don't think how you think. Everybody's not going to move how you move. So I had to realize, like, well, I have to do this. I I just have to do this and not worry about what I'm getting if I'm going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to give it back. And that's what people have to realize. Like, I did it with a good intention and a good motive, but at that time
Hmm.
I didn't realize the importance of refilling myself. You know what I mean? You think
Exactly.
that the people that you're feeling will refill you? No.
No. No. And that's why you upset. That's why you end up upset. And that's
Hmm.
why you end up resenting. And that's why you end up feeling like fuck them because you're thinking in your mind, I'm giving, giving, giving. When it's not even that you're waiting to receive. It's just like you said, you thinking me and this person on the same thought
Yeah.
level. No, no. You're upset because you aren't pouring into yourself. And that's the biggest pour. Like until you do that, you always gonna be mad. You always gonna feel some type of way. You know what I mean? And you gonna always think that somebody doing you wrong. No.
And the fact that
It is
they don't,
somebody doing you wrong. It's
you,
you. You're doing you wrong.
and the fact that they're not built like you, they won't even understand where you coming from with that.
Yeah. Yep.
They'll be dumbfounded, like, what? I didn't even
And
do
it's
nothing to
vice
you.
versa. They don't understand it when you like, damn, I'm pouring in, I'm doing this for you and you're not, it's no reciprocity. And then they don't understand when you stop and say, you know what, it's time for me to have selfish just me. They don't, it's
Exactly.
like
Now
neither
you acting
parties understand.
funny. Now you acting
Yeah.
funny and you fake.
Yeah, now you ain't shit. Like,
I'm
wow.
fake because I won't let you keep abusing me. I'll be
Yeah.
fake. I'm the
And
realest
it's
fake
like
person you
I'm
know then.
fake. Yeah, I'm fake for realizing that I'm doing something that I should be doing for me.
Right.
How is that fake?
It's sick.
Man, it is. And it creates delusion and it just makes that's what makes you be silent because it creates a space where now I'm upset because you playing with my time on me. Now
Yeah.
you're making it seem like I never was shit. I never was this. I wasn't a good person. I wasn't a good lover. I wasn't a good business partner. I wasn't a good friend. All because you selfishly haven't gotten what you want, which is me. And then you need to be looking at as the person that's doing that. You need to be looking within and wondering why do I got such a hold on this person? What
Yeah, I
is it
was just
about
that
this
was twin.
person?
I was just about to say that. I was waiting for you to get done, but I was just about to say that like I just realized that that person, they're accepting all of that from you because they don't know how to refill. All they know how to do is take.
Yep,
They don't
yep,
know how to give. It's like some people really do not know how to give.
yeah.
You know, they
In
say
the
how they
in the
say there are
ways,
givers and takers.
yeah. And then we have to remember love language goes in all ships. So
Yeah.
the giving that they're doing might not be the giving that you can receive.
That's
So
true too, because I just realized that too. Like, just because that's your love language, that doesn't mean anything to me. Because that's not my love
right,
language.
right,
So it's not like when I say it doesn't mean anything to me, I'm not saying F you. You know what I'm saying? It's
right,
just that
right.
I'm not being refilled because that's not how I receive love.
Exactly. Like I can have somebody that's when they're refilling for me, might they think I might want gifts and money, but
But I want
I
time.
rather yeah, and I rather have the words of affirmation. You doing great. Look at you. You getting your shit together. That
Yeah,
might be something that's building me up. So you're not doing that. It's causing me to be distant. And now you're looking at me like, but damn, I did this, but that's not what I need. And I
yeah,
voice that. But we have to remember that part too. Once you voice that this is not working out or I need space, you've done your job. You don't even have to go into detail with that. But that's up to them to either continue to try with you or go ahead and go, you know?
yeah,
But people take so much things personal that it forces you to go silent. It forces you to, because you don't want, especially a loved one, you don't want an issue with this person or these people. But
right.
it's like, I damn sure I said what I said
Yeah.
and I'm doing what I'm doing.
It be seeming like at some points it's like it doesn't matter what you say because everybody want what everybody want.
Yeah.
Like when they want to talk to us, they don't care that we're not in a talking mood at this moment. They don't
Right.
care that um I need a moment to myself or I might have something going on. Like because this is the thing. We're not even saying that it's something bad. It does not have to be anything bad. It could just be I just want to be in my house and chill. I don't
Period.
want to talk to
Today
anybody.
I just want to do self Sunday and not answer my phone.
Right.
It could be anything. Or I could be holding some great news, but I just want to blast in it, just me.
Yeah.
right now. And then I'll tell you.
They be so mad. I know you see me calling. I do, but I don't feel like talking.
Yeah. And like I've been a person who, I mean, really all my life until not recently, but until a few years, where I will put aside how I want to just chill. I put that feeling aside because I feel like, okay, this person really needs me right now. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I'll look up like the at first it doesn't bother you, but then
But
when you
after a
start
while, I
peeping,
start chipping on you, chipping on you, chipping on you,
yeah,
and you be like, I don't even want to be here.
yeah, like I don't ever want to talk. Like that's where it gets to. Like,
I'm
damn.
out of here.
Yeah, and you realize like, well, it's not nothing bad. It's just like I'm interrupting my own energy and frequency when I speak with you. But that's that once again, well, you the first step is accountability. You gotta do your own shadow work. You
Right.
gotta look within because you gotta realize, well, why do I allow people to interrupt even my happiness? It don't have to be my sadness, like you said, even my happiness. Why can't I sit in that without doing something for somebody else?
This is such a rabbit hole though, because as you're talking, it just really is making me think about a lot of different things. Because on the other hand, like, what type of friend are you to me if you can't understand that in order for me to be a good friend to you, I have to make sure I'm good. And if you
Yes.
don't never do that, what type of friend are you to me?
Yeah, you're just you're not. You're not. It's not, how could I put this? It's not that you're in your selfish state, and what you have done is you found someone who you're able to make your joy. So you found someone who you're able to vent, rant, share accomplishments with, even without asking them how their day is going.
Yeah, that's
You,
crazy to me.
yeah, you're basically bringing your selfishness into a ship. And now your expectation levels are so heightened because this person continues to allow you to do so. So now you feeling some type of way when out of 20 times they finally don't answer their phone or a text message.
It's the world have froze.
Yeah, and it's like now you need to be going back and thinking, why can't why out of one time out of 20, now all of a sudden is this person not trustworthy? Is this person fake? Is this person all this
Right.
and that? Like
All of a
you're,
sudden.
yeah, like you're delusional. That's some weird ass shit, man.
It's like
It's
you have to
weird.
at some point understand that if you're dumping all your negative energy and your problems and your situations onto me, I have to release that somehow.
Yeah. And this is what's really crazy because 9 times out of 10, those type of people, they've always had people around them that have taken breaks. You can really look at your history and people around you, family, friends, lovers, whatever, and see, did people have to take breaks from me? Did they have to, walk off because I'm giving too much negativity or maybe even positivity? I'm just giving too much to everybody but myself. You got to really think about these questions.
Yeah.
Like,
Cause I've
what's
always
really
been the
going
one
on?
to disappear. Like when shit get heavy, I'm out.
Yeah, we like that. Like, we do a little blue moon till you good. Because but we know it, you know what I'm saying? But you grow to learn that about someone. And when you love someone, you respect it. You might not even agree with it. It's just a respect thing.
But that
Respect
I feel
my
like that's
space.
real friendship and real family though. Because when you and I do that, we don't even speak about that. We just be like, hey
No.
friend.
It's like it never girl, we pick right back up because that's real shit.
Yeah.
It's no harm in that. It's no, because you already know if you needed me at the drop of a dime, if it was something, life or
Yeah.
death detrimental, I'm there. So it's never that. You just need to go ahead and go to space real quick.
And then
And that's okay.
also, how can you grow if you always holding somebody's hand?
Man. Speak on that, twin. How?
Because it's like, here's an analogy, the training wheel thing. When it's time to take your training wheels off, you might fall a couple times, scrape up your little knees and your little elbows, but did you
Mhm.
die?
Right.
Get back up, try again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to look out for those people who always need a click. If you
Yeah.
always need a click or you always need the background and the entourage, we
You
already
can't
know
never
you ain't
make a
standing on your
decision.
own too.
Yes, you can't never make a solo decision. It's always, well, what do you think? Or this is what I think. Like, no, babe. It's and then especially when you get to a certain age.
And see,
It's
I've been like
like,
that in relationships, and I feel like that was my downfall because once you have given up so much of yourself,
mhm.
taking it back is gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah. Cause now you ain't shit. You selfish.
Hmm.
Who the fuck you think you are?
Girl,
What happened
you
to the
ain't
old you?
real.
Yeah. The old me is gone, baby.
You
That's why
drank
I'm here
the
telling
old
you that.
me. You drank the old me. She's deflated
Yes.
like an empty little balloon, shrivel up.
Dead. The old me is
Like,
gone, fool.
it's the perpetrator can never recognize what they've done.
Never. Never.
Like, it's
And
right
you
there
can
in front of
sit
you.
there and you can sit there and really, like, you know how some people you will explain.
You can
You can
break it
sit
on
there
down,
and it's still foreign fucking language, man.
girl.
And at that point, you have to love yourself enough to say, you know what? Silence.
And ladies and gentlemen, do not get me wrong at all, because we transparent over here. We know we not perfect. And
Mm.
I understand it's hard. It's hard to walk away, especially like when you got into that good and comfy stage of the relationship, but
Yes,
it's not right. And you just be like, but
yes.
I love him. I love her. We can make it work. We'll get through it. But some things are not meant to get through. Twin,
You know your best friend, your
twin,
family, what?
twin. Your phone went out. What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it could be even if you're not in a relationship. This could be somebody as close to you, like your mom,
Yeah,
somebody that's been in your life your whole life, and you didn't know that that all the trauma that you was having was just energy that she was putting in you, and now you're at an age where you're ready to get silent. You're ready to do the work. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
it's it's hard to walk away from any ship. It's hard to walk away from a job where you feel like, damn, they
Not
they
for
love me
me.
enough to keep when they feel
I'm
like
out.
it's love for it. They keep promoting me. I keep getting these big dollars, but I'm tired of them calling me on my off day. I'm tired of me not being able to speak my mind and being belittled. You know what I mean? It's just like it's hard to walk away from things, but you learn when learning to love yourself more that you have to.
That's
You
what I
have
really
to.
don't understand about a lot of people, because there's a lot of people who don't do well with change. And I
Yeah.
love change.
Me
I can't
too.
deal with the same old all day in, day out. I can't do that. That's boring. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
irritated.
exactly. So
I'm,
growth is nothing but change. If you're in the
exactly.
same situation, there's no growth. You looking at the same shit, it's been the same vacations, it's been the same everything. It's time to go ahead and grow. Growing is not comfortable. Growing is a process where it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna be unusual. It's gonna be strange. You're gonna be alone. You're gonna be solo. You're gonna be silent.
And
But
see,
it's
that goes
needed.
back into the fact that no retaliation is the best retaliation, because that is like the trigger that's supposed to make the light bulb go off, like, okay, this is reevaluation time.
Yep.
Like, you know me. Anytime the BS happens in my life, I come to you with such and such, and I'll be like, well, I could have did this, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? It's you cannot always point the finger.
Yep.
You have to look at yourself. You have to. You
You
are
have
always you're
to.
in the equation. You got to see
And
what
if
it is you're
you
doing.
don't, and if you're not, when you speaking it out loud, and if you find yourself none of it speaking or saying you, then that's your problem. You.
Yeah,
That's your problem. Because how is anybody else in this world able to move you more than you? That's an issue.
yeah. Straight
And
denial.
straight denial, straight disregard, everything. It's always you love being victim. How? How is that even a nice place to be? And like she said, we're transparent. We've all been there. We've all been there. Well, we had to do a reality check like, well, damn, this person is treating me this way or making me feel this way because I'm the one that extended. I'm the one that gave too much, or I'm the one that gave too little, or whatever the case is. It starts with you.
And you have to be ready for that though.
Yeah. And it
Because
takes
it's hard.
time.
Yeah, it's hard. And it's
Yeah.
painful. It's painful. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not uncomfortable. But
Hell yeah. Because
growth
basically
is
you even
uncomfortable.
saying yes, because basically you're even saying about yourself like I didn't give a fuck about myself right there. Like you
Exactly.
know how hard that is to tell yourself you didn't love yourself.
Yeah.
That shit hurt like fuck.
But when you get through it and you come out on the other side, you be awakened and you be so proud of yourself because okay, let me tell a little story. Story time. Okay, so when I was younger, I had really low self-esteem. I thought I was fat, I thought I was ugly. Now you know everybody in my life, you included, be like, if
Yes.
I hear you say that another time. But that's how I felt. That's how I felt, and that's how I lived my life. And so now that I'm older and I look different, I look better now. But I look
Okay.
back at I look back at old pictures and I be like, I was cold.
Yeah.
Like I was really that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to like look at my life and what transpired during different pictures. And it was like, people really don't want you to know that you're great. They really don't.
No, they don't. They don't.
Because this is the thing. Why was I so stupid to believe that I'm so ugly and I'm so fat, but you're with me? You
Right.
want me so bad. You don't want nobody else to have me, but I'm so ugly and I'm so fat.
Right.
Girl, I looked at that
But
body like, if I could just go back to that body.
okay, that body was banging. Baby, don't we do that? Like, what the fuck? I thought I was huge back then.
I'm on my way back, but if I could
Okay.
have
We
never
were
left,
we doing a remix. But
right. And this time it's gonna be even better because now my mental is gonna match my body.
yes. Yes.
And see that goes into a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? Like it just all goes back to you.
Mhm.
No matter what the aspect is, if it's retaliation, if it's growth, if it's accountability, it all goes back to you. And see, this is the thing. People try to blame their past and different things like that. How many stories do we have about people who have been abused as a child or um, things have gone wrong as far as like poverty or different things like that?
Mhm.
It's a choice. You either
Yeah.
decide to do better or decide to be where you are. It's up
Fact.
to you.
Fact.
How you gonna blame somebody else because you're not making no money?
Exactly. Because what people don't understand is in life, your solutions don't always have to be your circumstance. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You can be in something and always and manifestation is so real. You can manifest that this is temporary for me and you got to speak that shit out loud. This is temporary. Where I'm supposed to be is extraordinary and that's where I'm going.
But
And
see,
when you
the
start
problem
doing
is,
that,
go ahead. My bad.
no, go ahead. Go ahead, twin.
I was gonna say the problem is a lot of people like being the victim.
Yes, they love it.
They love being there so they could get the oh well let me see if I got a few dollars for you, baby. Or
Yes, because victim holds so much weight in attention.
yeah, I just
You
don't.
know what I mean? Victim, especially as women, it's so easy to play the damsel in distress. Like it's so easy to manipulate and make everybody feel like, no, they did me wrong. Me just because I'm a woman. No, no.
But you ain't tell nobody that you was over there cussing everybody out,
Right. You don't want to tell them all the
knocking
stories.
everything off the table.
Yeah. Like shut up. Shut up. But
Girl.
that's the victim role is so
And
easy
we're not
because
gonna just blame the women either, though, twin.
oh
Because
no,
guys
definitely
really
not.
like being the victim,
What? You know they the best at they're the best at manipulation. You know what I'm
especially when
saying?
they can go home and run to their mama.
Oh my God, best at gaslighting. Come on, let's talk about it. You know this is going you know where this is gonna lead, but you keep picking. But when it finally boom, you
Okay,
ain't
so
the issue.
hold on, though. Like when I was younger, I used to do that.
What, gaslighting?
I don't know if it was that because I don't think it was that, but it
What?
might
What
have
was you gonna
been.
say? Picking?
Girl, I used to like when I'm not gonna say his name,
Yeah,
but when
no.
I was with
Don't you do it?
when I was with a certain individual, like I would be bored or he would be getting on my nerves, and I would just make up a fight so he could leave. But then when he did get irritated and didn't want to leave, then I'd be like, "No, don't leave."
Oh wow. I think we all done did that back in the days.
Like,
Just
no, don't
stupid.
leave.
Just stupid as fuck.
But
I
then
mean, you. I said get the fuck out, but did you really think get out?
right.
Yeah,
I
stupid.
said leave me alone, but not right now.
Don't leave me alone. You better not never leave me alone. Fuck is
Oh,
wrong with
the
you?
the things we did when we was young and dumb.
Just dumb. Just dumb.
But
Like I always promote. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
I
Because
was
I
gonna
think I
say
was gonna say too much.
oh shit. Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and cut you down. Cut your ass off. But what I was gonna say, this is definitely gonna be another topic that we're gonna bring up, y'all. But I always talk now, being this old and grown. I always talk highly on women's femininity and not being so masculine in relationships.
Yeah,
And that's because in my truth, even young, like I had a boyfriend young as hell, in my opinion. Too well, I won't say young as hell, but at an age where I shouldn't been playing a wife. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
But in those scenarios, I was very masculine in those ships. Like
Yeah.
I was not, but even though we were kids, still quote unquote, it's like I wore the pants. I am the pants. I am the man.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what I mean?
And then when you're that young, you don't understand the power of emasculation and
Yeah,
demasculation.
you
And
don't.
and then on top of that, I don't have any kids right now.
Right.
Oh,
I know
we're
I'm
not
the
about to
shit.
do
You
this.
can't tell
We're
me
not about to
nothing.
do that. And it just became too much. Not to mention, you know, okay, so before you know how to deal with your trauma, that trauma is still on you, no matter what
Yep.
level of trauma it is. So being
Right.
that the things that I had went through when I was a child, once I had got into that relationship, that stuff was still on me because I hadn't cleansed
Mhm.
myself of it. So any little hint of some old stuff I had been through, oh, I was snapping. Like, you're not my
Yeah.
daddy. You're not going to tell me what to do. Like,
Exactly.
a lot of people, even
Exactly.
at this age, they have not cleansed off that childhood trauma.
And oh my God, that's a huge percentage of why you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Your childhood trauma, you thinking, oh, that's when I was young. No, baby, you're still that 5-year-old girl or
It's
boy.
still on you.
It's still on you. and it's holding you hostage to
And
the
not
point
only
now.
that, how you gonna add the childhood trauma with the fact that everybody just rushes into relationships these days?
Oh my God.
Y'all setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Because it's not that I want to get to learn a person, because you got to remember, I don't even know me all the way. It's
Right.
more so I don't want to be alone. I want someone to sit here and love me while I'm trying to learn to love me. Doesn't make sense at all.
Right.
Doesn't make sense at all. And
Like
that's
I'm
why they
fucked
use,
up, but come and love me.
yes, and the biggest problem with me as far as relationships, it's not even just the time of them, it's more so the, oh, you gotta weather the storm. Who? I listen, I don't care what no one says. Ain't all relationships don't have to be bad.
And
That's a
I'm not
myth.
married to you. I'm not, I
Yes,
didn't sign up
that's
for
a
better or
myth.
for worse, sicker or for poor. I didn't sign up for that. I'm just
Yeah,
a girlfriend, baby. So
we
if you
just
get on my
girlfriends.
nerves,
Cool.
I'm out.
Yeah, yeah. And people really feel like that because it goes back to childhood trauma. You went through storms your whole childhood, so you feel like, hell yeah, she can deal, or he can deal with this. Shit, I done dealt with worse, baby. That ain't my problem. That wasn't me.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see my thing.
No, I did that on accident.
Oh.
Because our things keep pausing, and I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that they could hear us.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
It might
yeah,
be
so
because
it's
I'm going through a different device this time.
okay.
Now y'all know we new to this. We not true to this just yet. So
Right. Make sure y'all sign up for that no chasers, because y'all will see different things from the behind the scenes.
yes, make sure y'all check us out. Patreon slash underscore Tipsy Talk. But twin, let's
Yes.
pay some bills just for a second and we'll come right back.
Okay.
Business owners, entrepreneurs, go-getters, whatever you're calling yourself these days. Do you have a product that you would like us to promote here on this channel? Email us at #OnEverythang@gmail.com. Send a small donation and we will not only promote your product, but we will use it and review it. And that's on everything.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. But yeah, let's talk about some solutions. Let's get back to the topic of what him saying silence is basically golden when dealing with, things uh that you don't want to speak on. The
Yeah.
solution I feel like with that would be, one for me is just like we talked about, sitting with yourself and being able to refocus just solely on yourself. Like you said, it's such a common thing and it's such a growing spirit that you need while not even going through anything. You could be having the best time of your life, but you still have growth. You still have growth. So that's what one solution I think will help. It's just to stay silent. Don't give them the energy that they looking for. Picking a fight, wanna see you down bad. Hell nah. Don't ever do it.
I
Don't
agree.
ever do it.
I agree. I think another solution um is, us as people of color, um, they look down on therapy and writing in journals, and they look down on a lot of things that are very therapeutic for us. So I
Hmm.
feel like even if you don't want to go and speak to a person, because we just talked about overloading some people, and some people are not ready for therapy because they don't like the idea of going to talk to a stranger. I feel
Hmm.
like after you deal with something, you should write things down. Don't even read them after you write them down, because a lot of things that I've written down and I come back to, I look and I'm like, wow, I really went through all of that. Or I was really feeling like that at the time. Because reading your own, it's something about reading your own words at a separate time that could really help you. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's great advice. That's great advice. Even
because
if like, oh, go ahead, twin.
go ahead.
I was gonna say like, even if sometimes I get as writers, you get brain farts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes especially me as a writer, I always want to make it feel therapeutic. I always want to make it feel like it's flowing. So when I start feeling like I'm pushing too much on the pen, I take a break. So
Yeah.
for me, which I know you're going to agree with this. So for me, sometimes even instead of writing things, I listen to a music or sound choice that
Mm-hmm.
I know resonates with what I'm going through.
You
And I can
already
think
know.
back. Yes, that's our shit. And when
Or
I
I
think
make a
back,
song about it.
yes, okay, exactly. You do gonna do that. But I'll think of back like 4 years later, I might hear that song and it'll sit with me like, wow, that's where I was. You know what I mean?
Man,
That's where I
because
was at
that
that
is,
time.
and you know what? That is crazy because, with me being an artist,
Yeah,
music is a whole nother animal for me. So
right,
that is definitely true. Like, it's some songs I can't even listen to because I will feel exactly how I felt that day.
right,
Like, even some
right.
sounds, like, I remember when I was pregnant, I had morning sickness the whole pregnancy. I was crazy.
Yeah.
Morning sickness the whole pregnancy. And I had a certain phone, and my text messages had a certain ringtone to it. If I hear that ringtone today, I will feel like I got morning sickness.
hmm It's funny how your mind really works with the body. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Your
Hmm.
mind really triggers, and that's why we speaking on how energy and frequency, and music and frequency, anything with frequency and energy can really sit in your body.
Yes.
It can really sit in there for years,
And I mean, even
decades.
the tone of voice, like we was talking about earlier, about like women, as women, we have to understand it's power in our tone of voice.
Yes.
Men, we have to understand it's power in the tone of voice. Like, prime example, you know how people, mothers be like, when that daddy get to talking, they do what they supposed to do. It's that bass in that voice.
Okay. They ain't playing no game. Yes, it's so true
Like,
too.
we
And it
really
can
overlook the power of things.
just like for women, it's the nurturing in our hands, in the nurturing in our voice. It's
Exactly.
trusting. It's trusting. So children's gonna trust what you're telling them to be true
And they gonna
because it's the
test
nurturing
you.
in your voice, and they're gonna test you, and they're gonna test you. You know that.
But I think that's what we, as a people of color, really need to start getting into. Like, really, we need to want to heal each other,
Yeah.
protect each other, uplift each other. Because we see nobody else is going to do it. We have to do it.
Never. They never gonna do it. Yeah, we gotta tap back into that
Right.
village mindset.
You
Like
can't
it
even
gotta
speak to
be.
somebody without them being like, what is she looking at? Well,
Yeah,
don't say hi, but never mind, motherfucker.
exactly. You can't even correct someone without them ready to fight. Which I
Yeah.
understand. We're angry just by default, but it's like if we don't trust us, who else are we gonna trust?
Right.
So that's a whole another animal.
And it's just sad. It's just sad. How dare we complain about how other people do us when we do it ourselves?
Hmm. Yeah. It all boils back to what we talking about tonight, which is accountability.
Yeah.
And sitting in silence and realizing and refocusing. It go. That's what I'm saying. That what he said can go in so many different ways. Like even like you said, even in the masses of just our nation as Black people, you have to be able to take accountability on where we went wrong to start anew. That's the first
Period.
step.
Period.
That's the first step.
And that's what I really just don't understand. Like, it's nothing wrong with making a mistake. We have all made mistakes. Like, why do you're not your mistake?
Yep.
So if you're not there right now, why is it so hard for you to admit a mistake? That's the only way you can get over it. Like, prime example, I was real rebellious as a child. But you know, when we was growing up, it was cause I said so.
Right.
But everybody don't operate on cause you said so because I don't care about what you said.
Right.
Like
And
I
why
need
are
to
you
know
saying
why, because it don't make no sense. Why I can't do this? I go to school with people that do this. I go to
that?
church with people that do this. Why I can't do it?
Right.
So when I became a parent, I told myself I didn't want to do that. And I find myself, I connect better with my daughter when I explain to her, like, well, I did such and so, and this is what happened to me. So you really don't want to mess with that.
Right.
That makes
Right.
more sense to me. But people don't even want to admit their mistakes, but that's causing a bigger issue.
Exactly. When you don't look in the mirror, you're and all you're doing is pointing and spilling your frustrations on other people. All you're doing is hurting us in the long run. Us
Right.
meaning
And yourself.
everybody around you. Yeah, and definitely yourself and definitely your children.
Yeah.
People around you. Like you have to do the work. Yala always says it best. You have to do your work. And it ain't
You have
easy, like
to.
we talked about. Yeah, like it's and if you don't see that at a no other time, the time is now. Like we all watch everything, the news, everything. The time is now.
And don't try to act like you want to, but you're not really willing to, because that's going to be the problem too. Because once you get into it, you can tell who really wants healing and change and who don't.
Hmm. And like you said, once you tap though, and you keep tapping, you don't it forces you to keep going. That's
Hmm.
where I'm at. Like I started tapping a few years ago, tap little tap tap tap. Then I started really then when I went through a breakdown, I picked it back up and then I started really busting the glass. Now it's like I can't turn back now. It's
Yes.
over.
When
It's
you see
over.
me, I just resurfaced after 2 years.
Yes.
And I'm a totally different person now. And I
Yeah.
love who I am today. I could not say that 2 years ago, but I had to really work. I really had to look at myself and look at the good, the bad, the ugly, and
Yeah.
reevaluate, rearrange, get rid of, cut off. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yes. So today, like all those who are watching us, we appreciate y'all, and just take these thoughts with you that it's not an easy uphill battle, but it's growth, and with that, you moving. As long as you doing some type of moving, you doing it, and just keep reminding yourself that it's no one else's burden but yours. Go ahead and deal with that childhood trauma. Go ahead and see what's going on within.
And if you
Cause
don't
we're
have
like
nobody to
we're
talk
still
about
doing
it,
it.
yeah. And it's an everyday process. It's never going to
Yes.
stop. If you really want to reach those heights and those goals, it's an everyday process.
Yes, it's just like it's like no other, it's just like any other addiction. It's a everyday process, like you said. It's an addiction to give more to others than yourself. It's an addiction to sit there and blame others for your fucking demise. Those are addictions that we don't want to talk about. It's an addiction to always be a victim. It's
Mhm.
no different than any other addictions. You have to do the work. And when you do mess up, you got to start all the way over. And that's okay. It's okay to continue the next day. You got to pick it back up. It's a daily thing, like you said.
So just know that over here at Tipsy Talks, you can talk to us whether you're tipsy or not, because we're going to be here right with you.
Yes. All the time. We are here for you. And we're here with no judgment. You know what I mean? Like we both have spoken on our own struggles. So it's no this is a judgment free zone. You know what I mean? But definitely think about solutions, not just your problems. Solutions on how can I get out of this? Focusing on what can I do to get out of this
And in
is the
those
main
times
thing.
that you don't have solutions, don't be scared to ask.
Yes. Yes.
So stay tuned with us. Today was Tipsy Talks a topic. And make sure you tune into our Patreon where we get a little deeper into some things. And we will see you next time.
Yes. Love y'all. Have a great night.